Hey, I'm Bear,
And I'm Michael the Wolfman Hart.
and this is Bear
Bear Heart.
Heart. What episode is this?
4?
4?
5?
I don't know. It's been a month since we've actually done.
We are
an
fucking
episode.
lazy.
That's bad.
We are. Well, I blame you.
Me?
Yeah.
How is it my fault?
Because I said it is?
I don't. I mean, I'm not the one that didn't show up one weekend.
I think that you didn't show up one weekend, too. At your own place. Where we record.
Where we record, yeah.
Oh, no, because you sent me a text. You're like, nah, we're not going to make it happen.
I did?
Yeah, you did.
I don't remember that.
That's because you're probably drunk.
It's possible.
Hungover.
Probably.
There we go. And yet, you're to blame.
Shit.
Woo, I won one.
Well, fuck, man. What's been going on the past month?
Shit, dude. I mean, we had a couple practices.
Yeah, brought in a bass player. Yeah.
Gene.
How do you feel about that?
It's all right.
That's it. That's it.
There we go. I mean, you're the one who got to jam with him the next Wednesday after that
Mhm.
because I couldn't make it to that one.
I think there's potential there.
There.
I think it would be fun to add another dynamic to our music.
It just seems weird to me with 2 acoustic guitars and a bass. It just.
So I thought the same thing, and then I went to brunch today. Mel and I went to brunch.
Brunch?
Yeah.
You fancy man.
I
doing the
know,
brunch
dude.
Stuff.
It was unexpected. We got a day to go out with a couple friends of ours, and they dropped their kid off. We dropped our kid off, and we went to
Did
brunch.
Brunch.
Yeah, we did putt golf too.
Brunch and putt golf.
Yeah, it was good. It was hot as fuck though. But
I'm still trying to wrap my head around you going to brunch. Like
I like going to brunch.
picture like mimosas and
What's
things like that.
what's wrong with brunch?
I'd rather just skip
What's
it.
wrong with mimosas?
I'd rather just skip it and go right to lunch, have some barbecue.
Well, as a matter of fact, we had barbecue.
On brunch? I thought
Yeah.
you had to have like some weird.
No, you don't have to have weird shit for brunch. Brunch just basically means I'm going to go out and I'm going to get fucking mimosas and food.
No, I think there's brunchy food. There's brunchy type food. It's like you're
Maybe.
not gonna have a bowl of cereal.
No.
But you're
but
gonna-
But you're not going to go out to a restaurant and have a bowl of cereal anyways.
I would if they had it on the menu.
I don't think I've ever been to a restaurant and saw cereal on the menu.
Give me my Lucky Charms.
I think we need to open a restaurant.
Give me my peanut butter crunch. There we go.
We just serve cereal for breakfast.
All day long.
No, what did I get? I got a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, which was delicious, and then a side of brisket hash. Barbecue for brunch. But I didn't have mimosas though. I had a I
I
thought
had beer.
kind of actually. I thought I was gonna have Bloody Mary. That's what I wanted, and then we got there and they don't serve liquor, so I had a bloody beer.
What is wrong with you? You're going to brunch, having Bloody Marys.
I like Bloody Mary. What's wrong with Bloody Mary? What the fuck's wrong with you?
Man, seriously, dude. You're supposed to be my beer drinking buddy.
Hey, I'm drinking beer right now.
You'd rather have a Bloody Mary.
I had beer. I had beer this morning too, a bloody beer.
I know. I've had it's like a tomato beer kind of thing.
This wasn't a tomato. This was like a michelada. So
Okay.
it's a beer with Bloody Mary mix in it. It was pretty good actually.
Just not as fancy as you, Bear. I'm sorry.
But the point of this was that we were sitting at the table, and I looked over, and I started laughing, and I nudged Mel, and I said, because I was actually talking to her about the whole idea of having 2 guitarists and a bassist on stage, which I agree seems a little weird. But I look up on stage, and sure as shit, there's 2 guitarists and a bassist.
What were they playing? What kind of music?
Kind of folky, country-ish style music. The difference, though, it was a stand-up bass.
See, okay, I can see that.
And then there was a mandolin player and a banjo player that showed up, and like and they were swapping out vocalists, and then there was different people coming in to play different instruments.
Wow.
So, but when we first got there, it was two guitarists and a bassist.
I mean, a stand-up bass definitely has a different kind of sound to it.
But if it does. You're right. But if you're plugged in and you have a decent bassist on stage, especially for country folk type music. I mean, boom, 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 right? Like, it's going to be a simple bass line.
But teaching simple to somebody that likes to play ska music, like the individual that we were jamming with, Gene.
Well, you already said his name. There you go. I think Gene can get it. I mean, when he came over and jammed with me, we had a good time, and we came up with some cool stuff, and he was pretty quick to let me know, like, he'd been practicing scales and learning the songs that we had talked about, and I think there's potential there.
There's potential there, but I mean,
which is what I told him. Damn.
Pardon me.
Damn, no signal, nothing. I could have muted the mic.
Nah, let's just keep that one.
It's been one of those days.
Dude, seriously, you had brunch. I mean,
why are you so hung on me having brunch?
I mean, Mr. Fancy over here.
You're just jealous because you
Bloody
didn't get
Marys
to go.
and brunch. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Dude, Bloody Marys are good.
I'm not a fan. Sorry.
When was the last time you had a Bloody Mary?
Like 5 years ago or something like that.
Well, there's your problem.
I'm just not a fan of them. I've had them before. I don't like the taste.
All right, we'll try again.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'll get you to try one.
Moving forward.
Okay.
So we've something else we also did. We finalized our kind of set list that we want to start working on.
Yeah. 10 songs with a little bit of an interlude.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that was an accomplishment.
Yeah, we just have to learn all of them again.
What? We know half of them.
We know half of them. The 5 that we played in our first gig.
And we also went over a few of our like half-done songs, and we've kind of gotten an idea of which ones we want to finish up too.
Which are in the set list.
Yeah.
Right? Like those
well,
are the
no,
ones...
not all of them are in the set list. There's a couple that we did discuss, like Highway. I want to finish that up.
Yeah, I'd like to finish that one.
That one's almost pretty much done.
Yeah, there's just a couple things in that one. So like, there's that one line about turning off onto a dirt road, and if you go back and listen to the recording we did when Default was there, what I said in that recording still holds true for me. It sounds like you're talking about a dude like midlife crisis and running off the road, like it just like just out of control, right? But that's not what the song is.
I hate my life.
Basically, yeah.
No,
and that's not what the song is.
I've also got an idea for it.
Okay.
A turn that I want to put on it.
Okay.
Basically. So, in other words, highway isn't actually a physical highway that you drive on.
Like Highway to Hell?
Like, nah.
Highway to Heaven.
I'm just... What's his name? Landon or God, I can't remember the actor's name. I think it's like Jonathan Landon or something like that.
I have no idea.
I have no clue. Highway to Heaven. No, it's not Highway to Heaven. That's not what I'm going for. Highway is an emotion, a state of mind.
Okay. Yeah, I can see it, kind of.
I'll give you something one day, and I'll let
one day.
One day.
One day. Well, speaking of giving me something one day.
Shut up.
Don't be dirty. How's that song going? How's that song going?
I mentioned it a little earlier.
Yeah.
It's something that is now pissing me off.
So, okay.
I pick it up, I look at it, and I have every intent of going, man, I'm going to finish this right now.
So you have it written down?
Most of it.
Okay.
But I just don't know what I want to change about it. I don't know how I feel about the melody of the song. The chorus, I think, is just about there. It's just something that I sit down, I look at it, and I go, I'm going to finish this right now. And it turns into, I'm pissed off. I want to rip up this paper in front of me and go cry in my pillow. I don't know.
So, all right. Well, in the last episode a month ago,
Mm-hmm.
we really got to do something about that. I mentioned
I did do something about that.
that's true. You created a plan, and we added it to a calendar.
There we go. So
now we got a plan.
we'll just stay on track the
Right.
best that we can once a
Right.
month.
Yeah. Well, no, we're gonna do another episode next week.
Mhm.
We gotta play catch up. But what I had mentioned was that just take what you have and let it be finished, and play that over and over until something presents itself.
I tried. Okay, so I was doing something similar to that. Maybe 3 or 4 days ago. I can't remember. Just picked up my. So I had my electric out because I was practicing the scales that you gave me,
Mm-hmm.
and I just decided to just strum what I had for the song, just to mess around with it a little bit. And I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna play the whole thing through for what I have. Started doing that, and I got pissed. Like, no, it doesn't sound right. There's something wrong. There's something missing, and I write best with you, in my opinion. When I get into those brain fart moments, it's just I can bounce it off you, and I know I can have it done in 5 minutes.
Well, I did offer. You just got to play it on.
I know,
live on a podcast. And
I know, but that's also part of the challenge for myself. I want
Right.
to finish the song lyrically and instrumentally
No
by
help.
myself.
Yeah,
no
no
help.
help.
And that's the difficult part, because I have been writing with you for so long that, man, you messed me up. I can't do it by myself anymore.
all right, so I guess my other question then with that is, you're not ready to perform it.
No.
Okay. Well, that's my forced segue into our topic for this this episode.
It was almost really good.
It was close.
It was really close.
It was close. I couldn't figure out a way to actually segue into it, but our topic is performers versus people that play music for hobby,
Yeah.
right? Hobbyist, is that even a word?
I don't know.
I called it hobbyist.
You wrote it
but
on the screen there.
I did. I did. I'm not sure if hobbyist is a word though. I like it.
We'll
I'm gonna
dig it.
use it.
We're gonna use
All
it.
right. So performers versus hobbyist.
And so an individual. So let's define a hobbyist first. What would be your definition of a hobbyist?
So my definition would be, and it doesn't have to, necessarily be just guitar. Any musical instrument that people like to play, and they do it for themselves at home, and just they play their instrument to make themselves happy.
Yeah.
Right, but they have no desire to actually get in front of a crowd or get up on stage or in front of friends, family, whatever, and actually perform it for somebody.
I think that there is a little bit of a desire to be like in front of a family member. They might play something every once in a while. I mean, if they've got a significant other that likes to listen to them play the guitar, there's obviously those kinds of things, but there's definitely no desire to want to go out to an open mic. There's no desire to want to get in front of a big stage full of people and do something
Right.
with their music. But they like playing it. They love practicing it. They love learning other people's songs. That's normally what it is. They don't necessarily write things. Some do, I guess.
Not necessarily. I mean, yeah, I think even as somebody that, and I'm gonna stick to guitar just because that's what we do.
Yeah.
Somebody that plays guitar or, again, whatever instrument. I think at a certain point, everybody will have a tendency to create their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people start with learning covers and learning other people's music, and that's kind of how you get a feel for what your style is, and get to know your instrument a little bit more. But I think at some point, everybody is going to create their own thing.
When I first started playing guitar, I mean, it was actually in high school. There was a guitar class, did that. And there was a few people in there that, were really good with guitar already. They were just in the class to actually learn how to read it. I never did that.
Would have been helpful now.
Yeah, exactly. And I learned a bunch of different songs from like CCR, a bunch of different like little punk songs. And I would play those in my free time when I was at home. But after you play like a particular song after X amount of times, you start to wander off the track a little bit. You're like, that sounds kind of cool. And then you mess around with that for a little bit. And yeah, so you do get some, what's the word I'm looking for here? Help me, Bear.
Creative juices.
There you go. Get those flowing.
Yeah.
Some creativity. And you mess around with it.
Yeah, for sure. But
I would always go back to playing one of the songs that I learned. It was very common for me to put on like a CCR track and play along with that on my guitar.
Yeah.
And I had no desire then really to get up on stage or do anything.
So at that point, it was just a hobby for you.
It was just...
it was something cool to do that you enjoyed.
I like playing guitar.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I did.
So, okay, obviously then, I think... I don't really see a need to define performer, right? Because it's
the opposite.
The exact opposite, right? Somebody that,
well, it's not,
that wants to get out and showcase what they can do.
I don't necessarily think it's the exact opposite. There's a lot of similarities between the two.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because you have some people that just want to do covers. They want to perform those covers. They're their versions of those covers up on the stage.
They're still a performer, though.
They're still a performer, but
because I wouldn't define performer based on the type of music
so
or what they are playing.
What we're trying to find the difference is what is the difference between what is that driving force that makes somebody want to get up on stage?
It's showcasing your talent. I think that's the big difference. You want people to hear you sing. You want people to hear you play that instrument. You want to give what you have to everybody else and have them enjoy it. That's what a performer... And you can take that from acting to a musician to street performers, right? I mean, anybody that does things in front of a crowd to A1, not the steak sauce.
Good old steak sauce.
Good old steak sauce.
For brunch.
For brunch. Yeah, so A1. That was real smart there.
There we go. You're a smart guy.
One, I think it's a little bit of an ego thing, right? Somebody that, whether it's an actor or a musician or a street performer or whatever the case may be, there is a bit of an ego kind of thing going on there, right? You want people to see you in that
sense,
light, right?
In a sense. I think that there's a couple different kinds of performers, though. So let's say you're in a 4-piece band. Okay. You have a guitar player, bass player, drummer, and maybe someone doing like a rhythm guitar and vocals, right?
Sure.
So 4-piece band.
Yeah.
These guys originally got together just because they wanted to play music together.
Sure.
Now, let's say the bass player. I'm just going to go with him. He's only there because it's a hobby thing for him, and he likes being around his friends and playing music with them and having fun, doing that whole process. But he has no desire to get up on stage. However, 2 other people in the band are the ones like, we should do an open mic, we should do this, this, and this. The bass player might be just somebody that follows them along. He still doesn't have a desire, but he doesn't mind doing it. You know what I mean?
I'd still consider that a performer.
He's still performing
versus a hobbyist.
He's performing the music, but it's not necessarily something that
because already I think by being in a band and creating music with other people, it goes beyond just a hobby.
Well, it goes into a sense of maybe that's what he finds fun. It's just being around his boys, having a good time, getting away from everything else. It's the hobbyist there, but now he's just kind of following them to their performance. They're the egotistical ones. They're the ones that are like, I want to be out in front of everybody, and I want to rock out with my... But yeah, I'm not going to finish that.
I don't necessarily disagree, but mostly I do.
I don't necessarily disagree, but I disagree.
Well, because I think it's very easy to jump that gap from something that's a hobby to becoming a performer. If you are following people that are in a band and they say, "Hey, we've got a good thing going here. We should get up on stage and show this to the world."
But the individual could be indifferent. He'd be like, okay, fine, I'll go ahead. In other words, there's no excitement for him to do it. He'll get up on stage, he'll perform the music, and he'll do everything.
He'll what?
He'll get up on stage
And
perform. That's definitely performing music. But you know what I mean? Like the definition
Yes.
of the performer, the what we're going for, that
Right.
drive.
yes.
That's what I'm saying. That there are those one-offs in bands, and this is why you have bands that end up breaking up, dropping out somebody. They just lose that drive. They don't want to be up on stage
I
all
mean,
the time.
there's always the exception to the rule.
Yeah.
But at the heart of it, at the base of it,
Stop me when I said perform. Go to hell.
it's not my fault you said it. I just caught it. At the heart of it, though, there's somebody that plays music as a hobby and probably will never get on stage,
Yeah.
right? And then there's people that play music that starts as a hobby, right? It all starts as a hobby, but once they get to a certain point, they go, "Oh shit, this is something that I want to do. I want to present this to other people," and they become a performer.
See, me personally, I love writing music with you. That's my fun part of it. That's what I dig the most. Do I have a desire to get up on stage and perform? Yeah, a little bit. It's definitely more predominant after I've been on stage. It's
Yeah.
like, damn, I
It's
want to
that
do
rush.
that. It's that rush. Yes, it's that portion of it where it's like, that was fun. Oh man, that was fun. But I mean, but when I'm hanging out with you and everything else like that, and we're writing music, it's not like on the back of my mind. It's like, oh, I can't wait to perform this in front of everybody. It's like, I can't wait to finish this song and make it sound great. That's my thing.
See, it's both for me.
See, I know.
Because I can see the finished product and how it would translate energy wise to us being on stage and performing it.
I can see it every once in a while because, I mean, we've obviously discussed this when we've been writing a song. It's like, oh, this is the part where everybody would clap along or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we definitely have those kinds of conversations. And, yeah, and I see it at that moment. But, again, it's not like my head goes out of its way to go, man, I really just want to be able to perform this song in front of everybody and have them love it. That's not how my head works, really. It's more like, I want to finish this song, make it sound really awesome. Then from there, yeah, let's get ready. We'll get up on stage. And it's right before I get up on stage, that's where I get the most excited to do it. But everything before then is just like, okay, it's cool. I mean, I have no problem getting them. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it.
See, I'm just excited the whole way through.
Yeah, you are. I know.
So what I'm
Got
hearing,
a little music boner getting ready
what-
up on the stage.
hey, that's why you wear the guitar low.
Wouldn't it stick out? Well, depending on how big you are.
So what I'm hearing from you is that there's no difference. That a hobbyist can be a performer and a performer can be a hobbyist.
In a sense. I mean, there's obviously people that sit at home by themselves and play their guitar, do those kinds of things. They don't go out trying to find anybody else to do. I think the difference is that the people that want to play music with other individuals. And then that turns into them wanting to perform it in front of an audience later on.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the biggest difference. If you're somebody that sits at home, just plays your guitar because you love playing it, play your piano, play your clarinet, your recorder, your kazoo, I don't know, whatever you want to play in your spare time. But, I mean...
Can we add a kazoo to our band?
Man, we've talked about all kinds of things that we can add to it. I mean, we've got the harmonica going.
Yeah.
We've talked about a washboard.
which still needs to happen.
Oh, my God, no.
And now a kazoo.
And then we need maracas.
Yeah. I've got a juice harp. I don't know how to play it, but I've got one.
Juice harp.
Yeah, it's one of those little twangy things that you put in your mouth and doing, 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 doing. Yeah. I don't know. I don't have a fucking clue how to play
I
it.
thought that was something you had at brunch.
Fucking jealous. So salty.
Good old juice harp at brunch today.
Actually, it would have
With
gone
my
well.
Bloody Mary.
I was going to say it would have gone well with my Bloody Mary. Except I didn't have a fucking Bloody Mary. That's what I wanted. I wanted a Bloody Mary. That's why we went where we went. And I got a damn bloody beer.
But I mean, yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry, Bear. But what is your desire? What drives you the most?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because I want to say that you're definitely the one that wants to be, that drives it to get on stage, that wants to be up there.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I do want to be up there. I want to be hanging out with my buddy and having a good time. And once I'm up there, that's when it hits.
Right.
You don't see it, but that's when it hits like, man, this is great. And then when it's over, it's like, oh, man, I can't wait to do it again.
And it's been a year.
Shush.
I don't know. I think I definitely want to be on stage as much as possible, but I'm terrified of it. I'm not as confident as I probably should be to be on stage. I'm comfortable enough to get on stage.
Do you think that's because of your perfectionist attitude?
I think it's part of it. I also don't think I have the greatest voice in the world, so I think that's a big. For me, that's probably the biggest factor.
Oh, you got me there backing you up. You're good.
Like I said, I'm comfortable enough to do it. I mean, I'll go down to one of Sean's shows on any given night, and I mean, if he calls me up and says, "Hey, man, get up and play a song," I'll get up and play a song.
I mean, you sound good.
Right?
I mean, that one time at Burnside's, you had that one lady all over you. Like
That shit was funny, dude.
But I mean, I just don't think you give yourself enough credit. I mean, when you're up there and having fun, from the few times that I've seen you do it, dude, you're all right. You just need to relax a little.
Yeah, I definitely need to relax. And I think once I get a couple songs into a set, I tend to calm down a little bit.
But what's
right?
But I want to find out the overall drive behind it to get up on stage and perform. Is it to share our music that we've created, or is it mainly to entertain people? I guess that's the biggest difference.
Aren't they the same?
In a sense,
right? I mean, for me, they are.
I mean, you can get up and perform somebody else's music and entertain people.
That's true.
I mean,
I would prefer to entertain people with something that we've created.
Yeah.
Right, rather than covers. I mean, yeah, we're gonna do covers. I think everybody has to do covers.
Not necessarily, but I mean,
it's a good pull for the crowd, right? You do something if you notice that the crowd is into a certain style, and you have a song that's a cover that they're all gonna know.
Mm-hmm.
It pulls people back in.
No, I'll admit
I think it's
that.
a good thing to have them in your arsenal.
I'll admit that. I mean, part of my drive is to see what people think about our music, because I get excited over a few songs that we have, and I think that those would be amazing songs. I would love to see a couple of them performed live, just to see a reaction. I want to see if everybody likes them.
So, I don't disagree. I want people to like our music. I do. But at the same time, I don't care if people like our music.
What?
I don't. Because...
You don't care about our music.
Not what I said. No, I want people to like our music. But if they don't like it, at the end of the day,
it's our music.
It doesn't matter. It's our music. What I want is to get up and put on a good, entertaining show. So the banter that we have, the little bit of the comedy, right? And then throw some badass music in there, right? Some fun, good time licks that somebody can tap their foot to, bob their head to, whatever, and go, hey, man, that sounds pretty cool, right? Or at the end of it, if they're like, overall, you guys fucking suck, but hey, there was that one little part that you saw them bobbing along to, right? If you don't like it, you don't like it. I don't care.
I'm not gonna know what to do with our first Heckler. I feel like I throw my guitar at him.
Just ignore it, man. Like, you know, the problem with that is that, because I know how you are.
I want to troll him back.
You want to troll him back. But then you would get so caught up in that you would lose track of where you were.
I lose track of where I don't even know where I'm at right now, Bear.
And then the other problem with that, too, and this is... Because I've thought about it. If you could troll a heckler back... And this could be a whole nother fucking episode. But there's going to be that moment. Like, you could have five hecklers, different shows, different nights, and you put all of them into their place, right? And they shut the fuck up, and they listen to the rest of the set. Or they leave. But there is going to be that one that is just going to be better than you. And then you're going to stumble, and you're going to fumble over your words, and then it's going to completely kill the music.
No, I'm going to keep fresh vegetables behind me. So instead of like, it's going to be an opposite thing. Instead of people throwing that stuff at us, I'm going to throw
it at them.
I'm going to throw it at the crowd.
So, so we'll have a steady gig and then get kicked out because you're throwing vegetables at people.
I started a food fight. Hey, it was a good time.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'm okay with that. I don't know, man. I think at the end of the day, for me, it's just wanting to put it out there.
We've never actually talked about this.
Mm-mm.
This is weird.
I never really even thought about it until you just asked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Learn something a little new every day, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I don't know what to say.
I don't. Well, there's your difference between hobbyist, which we don't even know if it's a word or not, and performer. I don't know, man. I think that if you're content with it and you like it, keep doing whatever you're doing.
I agree with that.
I mean, and if you want to drive yourself to get up on a stage and show the world how much you suck, do that too.
Or how good you are. I mean, it doesn't... At the end of the day, it's simple. You do you. Don't worry about what everybody else thinks.
But that's hard on some people. You know that.
It's hard for some people to do that. Yes, there's a lot of people out there that care too much about what other people think. And
well, I think that you got a little bit of that in you because you're concerned about what they think about your voice. You're concerned.
Oh, it's there. Yeah, it's definitely there.
Because when we're getting ready to get, like the couple times that we've been on stage, every time I'm the one that has that attitude. It's like, dude, just shut up and get up there and let's do this. I don't think you understand, Hart. I don't think you understand. We need to do this. You need to take this more seriously. And I'm like, no, Bear.
I have never said that.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
I have never
did.
said you need to take this more seriously.
It was something around those lines.
Yeah, exactly. It was not that at all.
And I quote, take this more seriously.
No, but I mean, that's going to come with nerves, right? Yes.
And you got them beyond.
Yes, I am. I get nervous as fuck
and it
anytime
pisses
we
me
get
off.
on stage.
Okay, so and it pisses me off because I'm trying to keep my cool, and I'm trying to like give you some of that good, cool juju, you know, like rub that off on you to hopefully calm you down, and then you just start. No, man, it's like, no, give me a shot, give me a beer. I'm like, man, you're starting to make me nervous now. It's like, no, this was supposed to happen the opposite way. Now we're both nervous.
Well, you know what though, the more we get on stage, the easier it's gonna get. So we gotta
the
get
more
ourselves,
confident that you'll get.
Yeah, definitely. And it's kind of the same thing. Like I said, if 3 songs into a set, I calm down and I find my range. And I'm good.
You're about halfway through the first song on that set that we did with Chad at that show.
Oh, yeah, but I was doing All Red, and that was one that I did all the time, which I think is a good way to start.
I know, but the moment you finished that song, your jitters were away.
Oh, they were gone.
They were gone.
Dude, halfway through that song.
You were having fun.
Yeah.
I mean, but right before you started performing, you like did like a little look around.
Dude, it's like that every time. It's like that every time I've been on stage.
And
every single time.
I'm sitting there like, I've got a beer in my hand.
Yeah, and a bum knee.
A bum knee. I'm sitting on my stool.
You had it easy, man.
What? It's like you had to do all the work.
Don't lie. You know you did. You did not playing guitar, not playing harmonica. All you got to do is sing and sit on a stool
I had
and
to
drink
beer and sing, sir.
Yeah. Speaking of beer, I'm out of beer.
Yeah, it's about that time.
I think so. Hey, just want to remind y'all, you can email us at bearheartcast@gmail.com. Also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/bearheartcast.
That's us.
That's us. Once again, I'm Bear.
I'm Michael the Wolf Manhart.
And this is
Bearheart.